Hello and welcome to the Detroit and Appalachia Railroad. It's a small 2-foot by 4-foot end scale layout that I plan on incorporating into a coffee table. So I wanted to make a quick little video of the progress of my layout. Actually, I wanted to talk about the backdrops because that seems to be what's hindering my working on the layout. What I mean by that is that I'm getting so fed up with what it's doing to me after I put the backdrop on that I'm at a point where I'm not sure if I should continue and with the rest of the scenery or redo the backdrop. It's just very frustrating. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I put the backdrop up. It's something I created in CorelDRAW, and I sent it out to a print service, and they printed it out on photo paper. So I basically I created two sides. You got the city scene here of Detroit, and then on this side we have the mining scene. And what's happening is I affixed it with a spray adhesive, thinking that would hold it good enough to the half-inch plywood I have underneath. The half-inch plywood was painted with a primer and then a white paint, latex. And at first it was fine, and then after a while I started noticing some areas were starting to come up. So I would fix them with some Elmer's glue, and right there you can kind of see a seam, and that actually worked pretty good. But then over time, and as humidity changed over months, I started getting these bubbles pop up, and it doesn't look all that bad. You can see one right there. I'm really hoping it kind of stays like that. The rest of the perimeter of the backdrop seems to be holding pretty well, and where it isn't, I would use some glue, and like Elmer's glue or some kind of white glue, and it seems to hold it in place. So I think at this point I'm just gonna leave it as is and continue with the scenery. Like I said, it's not all that noticeable until you're up right on it. But I wanted to make this video to show everyone the struggles I'm having with the backdrops, and I'd love to hear any tips or techniques for putting a backdrop on a good way, or even maybe fixing this one. But I've already tried. I've tried poking holes in the air bubbles here and adding glue, and that didn't seem to help. Here's my little experiment. I was trying to figure out if there's a way I can use regular paper, or in this case I had thicker like cardstock that I printed using my inkjet printer to try and do a backdrop. So I had a spare piece of half-inch plywood here, and on the first go at it, I used this power grab by Loctite to adhere it to the board, and you can see there's all kinds of wrinkles, and this is after I actually used a burnisher, the yellow piece there, to lay it flat. The second part was done with Titebond, and although it was a little bit better, you can still see some wrinkles there, and also the edges came up. I think I just don't think that's a good solution to do a backdrop. Maybe it might be a little bit better if you overlap the prints. These are butted edge to edge, but possibly overlapping it by a 1/4 inch or so may be a better solution. Unsure at this point, but like I said, this was just an experiment to see if this would work. So it did not.